Good morning to all. Today we will discuss about the research design. First, let us see what is meant by research design. It is a task of designing the research problem, and it is a preparation of the research project, and it is popularly known as the research design. So the decision what, where, when, how much, by what means concerning an inquiry or a research study constitute a research design. So I'll repeat it once again. The task of defining the research problem in the preparation of the research, popularly known as research design. The decisions regarding what, where, when, how much, by what means concerning an inquiry or a research study constitute a research design. Now let us see the meaning of research design. A research design is the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data in a manner that will aim to combine the relevance of the research purpose with the economy in procedure. Now the research designs have the following parts, namely the sampling design, observational design, statistical design, and operational design. So there are 4 types of designs: sampling design, observational design, statistical design, and operational design. First, let us discuss about the sampling design. Sampling design means which deals with the methods of selecting the items to be observed for the study. And the observational design means which relates to the condition under which the observations are to be created. So whichever deals with the methods of selecting the items to be observed for the study is known as sampling design. Observational design means which relates to the condition under which the observations are to be created. Statistical design means which concern the question of the how the information and data gathered are to be analyzed. How are we going to how are we going to collect the data or information, and how are we going to gather it, and how are we going to analyze it. Operational design means it deals with the techniques by which the procedures are satisfied in sampling. Now let us discuss about the features of research design. So a research design appropriately for a particular research problem, usually it involves the following features. That is the mean of obtaining information, how are we going to obtain the information, the availability and skills of the researcher and the staff, if any are involved in that, then the objective of the problem to be studied, the nature of the problem to be studied, the availability of time and money for the research work. All these are the features of good research design. So we'll see once again, the main features of research design are the mean of obtaining information, the availability and skills of the researcher and the staff if any, the objective of the problem to be studied, the nature of the problem to be studied, the availability of time and money for the entire research work. Now let us discuss about extraneous variable. Extraneous variable means these are not related to the purpose of the study but may affect on the dependent variables as which are termed as the extraneous variable. So the dependent variables are termed as the extraneous variable. So these are not related to the purpose of the study, but it may affect on the dependence and the variables, dependent variables which are termed as extraneous variable. Now let us see an example. Suppose a researcher, he wants to test the hypothesis that there is a relationship between children gains in social studies achievement and their self-concept. In this case, the self-concept is related to independent variable. The social studies achievement are related to dependent variable, or these are known as a dependent variable. That is, the self-concept is known as an independent variable and the social studies achievement is known as a dependent variable. So the intelligence may as well as affect on the social achievement, but it is not related to the study undertaken by the researcher. So it is known as an extraneous variable. Now let us see what is meant by research hypothesis. The research hypothesis means it is actually a meant that relates an independent variable to dependent variable. The researcher hypothesis is a predictive statement which relates an independent variable to dependent variable. So here we try to relate independent variable and dependent variable. Now let us see what is meant by experiential and non-experiential hypothesis testing. When the purpose of research is to test a research hypothesis, it is termed as a hypothesis testing research. So this can be called as experimental or mental. So this is termed as experimental or non-experimental. Now let us see the treatment for this. So the different conditions under which the experiment and control groups are put put up, usually referred to as treatment. So whatever conditions and which the experiment and the control groups are put up are usually referred to as a treatment. Now let us see what is meant by experiment. Experiment is the process of examining the truth of a statistical hypothesis which will relate to a research problem, and it is known as experiment. Say for example, the conduct an experiment to examine the usefulness of a certain newly developed drug. Thank you.